AEW is completely falling apart.
Mom. And it's all falling apart!
And while they do have the talent and fan base to soldier on, 2023 was a troubling year after a tumultuous 2022. Day one executives are dropping like flies, either by quitting or being fired unceremoniously. Ticket sales have stagnated, and even though AEW went all in on the Elite, I'm starting to notice tension between Tony Khan and the Young Bucks. And you'll notice it too if you've been paying attention. All while WBD and WWE remain conspicuously silent about a possible disaster scenario for AEW. And we can't forget that Shawn Spears is leaving the company. Huge loss. It's quite fitting that AEW's last pay-per-view of 2023 is World's End, because AEW has become a dystopian wrestling promotion that lost its way, one that still hasn't gotten over the Brawl Out. So can AEW turn this around, or are we in the midst of an All Elite Implosion permanently? AEW is bleeding executives like the Jacksonville Jaguars are bleeding star players. The promotion closed out 2023 with one front office departure after another. VP of Production Raphael Morphy, gone. My good pal QT Marshall, see ya.
I got nothing left.
Dana Massie, Matt Jackson's wife, is up out of here. And we'll get to why that's a big red flag. Even when AEW fired executives, it was cause for controversy. Kevin Sullivan was unceremoniously yeeted from his position, and a lot of people within the company were pissed about it. Look, when this many executives are leaving for one reason or another, it's always a sign of inner turmoil and a company in peril. I can only imagine how stressed out everybody has to be right now the longer AEW goes without a new TV deal from WBD. The hundreds of millions in TV money is AEW's main source of revenue. And even with all that cash, they still reported a $34 million loss in 2023.
We are fucked.
That's almost as big of a loss as Shawn Spears. Man, how is AEW going to replace Shawn Spears?
We are so f***ing f***ed.
Maybe AEW could be more profitable with a new TV deal in 2024. Or maybe they'll be shit out of luck if Raw slides into its TV deal the way Trey Songz slides in on Yo Girl. These are serious times for AEW, and from the outside looking in, this doesn't seem like the promising upstart company it was in 2021. In fact, AEW post-Punk is like a war-torn country, and that is not CM Punk's fault, by the way. Say what you will about Cousin Phil, Lord knows I have. But without the proper leadership in AEW, he was always destined to run roughshod. AEW fired CM Punk for cause in 2023, and in hindsight, it was a tactical error. Punk went from AEW straight to WWE, where he just sold out Madison Square Garden as part of his latest honeymoon tour. I'm sure Shawn Spears will do the same when WWE takes him back. CM Punk is thriving in WWE. He's favored to win the Royal Rumble and even headline WrestleMania 40. That man has moved on. And AEW comes off like Taylor Swift recording a hate album about her ex. Bruh, did you see Chris Jericho on Christmas? Instead of just enjoying the holidays with his family, he went on a tirade about the Brawl Out and who has and hasn't signed NDAs. Clearly this controversy is still a sore subject for AEW. Like, look at this subreddit meltdown of a tweet. I'm not going to read this, but this is a gist that Jericho didn't sign an NDA. He thinks CM Punk's lawyer, Stephen P. New, is a bully. He wasn't a fan of how Ace Steel's wife carried herself on that night, and what really went down was disgusting. What's this now? Oh my God. Chris Jericho's wife unleashed her tweets? Okay, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Can we just move on? This is making me really uncomfortable. Wait, what the hell? What in the state capitol is going on here? Somebody come get this lady. AEW is licking its wounds just in time for WrestleMania season, where WWE will be doing some of its biggest live gate numbers and TV ratings of the year. Perfect time for Tony Khan to play the victim because AEW is under constant attack, right? He just went after USA Network and got killed for it. Well, if you spend most of your time on social media and don't come up for air, it will seem like you're always under attack. But Tony Khan is not the man who should be making this argument. Nobody lashes out at his ops on social media more than Tony Khan when he triggers his Virgin Army to attack anybody with a cross word about AEW. In fact, I have a whole Tony Twitter Fingers playlist. All is fair in love and war, and if Tony Khan wants to work at a place where nobody attacks him on Twitter, he needs to get out of the wrestling business and maybe try farming or something. Now let's talk about Dana Massie. Dana Massie left AEW as Chief Marketing and Merchandising Officer. She also let it be known that she left on her own volition and didn't feel that AEW defended her and the Young Bucks. Believe me, this narrative would not be out there without their full support because the Young Bucks feel that they were vilified in the fallout from the Brawl Out and AEW was helpless to stop it. I actually agree. AEW didn't defend the Young Bucks, but I don't think they were picking sides. Tony Khan just didn't know what the hell to do. AEW clearly sided with the Elite on the matter, but that just didn't seem good enough for Dana Massie, and honestly, can you blame her? Tony Khan has been radio silent about anything that has to do with the Brawl Out, which means rumor and innuendo has dominated the discourse of what happened that night. At no point did AEW ever take control of the story, and they still haven't. The Young Bucks were nowhere to be found at World's End, neither was Adam Page, and with Kenny Omega injured, this was the first AEW pay-per-view to not feature a single member of the Elite.
That's very bad.
Yet they still managed to squeeze 13 matches on this damn card. I don't see the Elite going anywhere anytime soon. I mean, they just signed new deals, but executives are an endangered species in AEW these days. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And reading the tea leaves, I think the stage is setting for a 2024 that could see Tony Khan at odds with the Young Bucks. Check out this Tony Twitter Fingers playlist and subscribe. Who will leave AEW next? What do you think about Adam Cole being the devil? Because I can see myself getting into this storyline. Tell me in the comments!